Okay. Well, guys, it's time. It's time for the last bloody update to the Trails into Reverie board. Ugh, I did not get a good night's sleep. Sleep was not in the cards for me last night. And let's see, then I just need to go over to here. Yep, there we go. Finally, glad Reverie's over. This is the game which had me begging for death the fastest, I'm quite sure. What a painful fucking game at the end. Ending off, like, so the combat for the Trails games is changing, like, quite a bit from here on, right? If I'm not mistaken. So I'll just say, what a goddamn sad way to end off the gameplay for this series. Or for this part of the series. Like, God, like, it just... It's so bad. It's a mixture of far too easy and extremely unfairly hard, and it's just... God. Story-wise, I'd probably put it near the... it might be just... This game or Code Steel 1 might be the best in the series in terms of the Code Steel games. I know that might sound a little bit weird, but, like, Code Steel 1 is the one that has the least problems because it's like, it's the base, it's the starting point. It doesn't have a lot of the shit that gets really fucking bad later on. So it's actually high up there. While, like, the story isn't bad, but, like, the post-game actually is an entirely detrimental thing that makes me hate the game more. Not really? You rate Code Steel 1 story the best of the saga? Huh. But, yeah, again, this is like this is the culmination of every Trails game's prior combat problems merged into one. I don't regret saying that. It's fucking true, and it's fucking depressing. Where is my Trails shite? On the bright side, there's a high chance you'll never make a board that's this big in a while. So next board's gonna be even bigger. Got it. I don't trust anyone when it says boards. But yeah, no, this was fucking miserable post-game. Like, apps, like, I know I was playing on Abyss Devotee, but that doesn't really excuse the fact that, like, that final boss was everything bad, it was actually everything fucking bad about the gameplay of this series merged into one final moment. And I fucking despise it so much. Where is stream resources? Like, I feel kind of bad, but, like, it's just... when I said earlier about, like, the game designers not knowing where the fuck they were doing, I keep up with because, like, the 10 times delay, the fact that you don't know what you're getting into and it's a longer fight, the fact that certain mechanics and attacks have effects that you can't figure out easily when it's very important to being able to fucking interact with anything. It's like, that might get a lot of replies on Reddit. What, my The fact that I'm gonna say this game was a culmination of every single one of the Trails games. This game's final boss is a culmination of all of the Trails games' gameplay flaws merged into one source. Like, let me be frank here. If I was playing on normal difficulty, I would have won so fucking hard, it's insane. I probably would have killed the thing in one hit. If I was, and the only reason it was any bit difficult was Nightmare. And I'm of the opinion that Nightmare, the only reason Nightmare difficulty, let me say, because of how Trails difficulty scaling works, where it's just bigger numbers and no difference in the AI, I am very strongly of the opinion that the higher difficulties only expose the inherent flaws of the system. It doesn't create new flaws, it exposes existing ones and makes them more keen. Like, there's always, no matter your difficulty, there's been a speed problem. That problem with information out your delay order and stuff. Like, for fuck's sake, you don't know, after you use an art, you're delayed. You don't know how much that delay is going to be. You don't even get a number like you do for actually casting the art. Like there is innate problems that get more exacerbated by the higher difficulty with the inflated stats. It's why like, yes, Absolute Reflect is fucking required most of the time, because when the enemies are faster than you, you don't have the ability to interact with them on their turn in any other meaningful way to avoid damage. God. It's a speed stat inflation that exposes that. Yeah, but again, there are innate flaws that it only... Like, there's so many problems with the system that come from the speed stats that, like, you just don't notice on normal difficulties because your speed stats are... You're able to get people much faster than the enemy. But as soon as the enemy has that guarantee of being faster than you, it's when it kind of exposes itself as being shit. Yeah, higher difficulties don't feel like mastering the system, more like discovering and exploiting max cheese strats. Yep. Like, it's an incredibly flawed system overall, and it's like it just sucks that it's not like, oh, I'm gonna become more skilled at the game. It's not that. Like, for fuck's sake, it's so annoying. 240 speed to 600 speed on that boss of Nightmare to Abyss is crazy. Oh, absolutely. It's, and also the fact that, like, I know we said it's also hard to calculate it. Okay, let's say you cast an art and it shows your delay as well in that turn order. And what happens then when you use something with a smaller delay and gets multiple turns? Exactly. Eggs fucking exactly there. Like, the delay from arts is unpredictable and you can't really figure it out. It's why even like, oh wow, I have an arts and it costs 0 to cast. It's like, that's not actually all that helpful. Because it fucking doesn't, all it really does is tell you, like, Celine casts at a delay of 1. But, and thankfully, 2/5 delay down is good enough to be fast cast, recover quickly, but fuck if I know what her actual speed delay was. And enemy disorders are also so sinful. Like, okay, I think the fact that I had Lapis, where is she there? I think the fact that Lapis, even with max defense stats, wasn't like, she would the fact that Lapis, even with maximum stats and everything, it's like, what is the worth of defense? Because I'm gonna fucking pull up the goddamn game for a second here, because I need to see these stat lines and shit to kind of get an idea of why this is confusing as fuck. Or to give into words why this stuff is like, it's so non-intuitive. Like, that's the problem here. The trail stats are not intuitive for the most part. Because let's look at what's one of the things we're fighting. Right. Magic Knight Heavy Ruby, which we've fought before. It has a strength of 5,513. Demi Urgos has 6,384. Kia has maximum defense. From the 5,000 one, she took no damage. From the 6,000 one, she could take damage. Why? Why, like, does 1,000 attack, does like 1,000-ish attack make, it's not even a full 1,000-ish, it's 5,500 to 6,300. Does it make that big of a difference? Like, the thing's ATS is like 1,000 higher than some of the highest enemies' ATS. No, actually, hold on. Stain Valimor has 5,400 ATS. This thing has 5,800. Okay. I'm quite sure Stain Valimor did less damage to Lapis, or would do. So, like, what, like, the fact of the matter is, how is Abyss stat inflation calculated? Did they just put 3 times everything and call it a day? I think they might have. It's just it's an issue where I look at the stat numbers, and apparently, like, maybe the attacks for Demiurgos were ranked as, like, fucking F5S, some of them. You know what the fun part is? I can't fucking know. I don't know how strong its attacks are. ATS is a worthless value to go off of because enemy attacks, if they're unique enemy attacks and something not like... So, like, when it's using Albion Wolf, I know the strength of that because I can actually check what Albion's Wolf strength is myself. But when it's using, like, the stare attack, I don't fucking know. I've got no idea what the hell I'm dealing with. It just happens. Like, that... It's just like, oh, that one didn't deal much damage, but this other one deals a lot of damage. I don't know why. It just does. Like, again, it's like everything that is wrong at base with this game is just exposed in that one fight. It's also what I was trying to say. What was I going to say about disorders too? Disorders are shit. Like, I understand why they exist to try and counter, like, certain people and stuff. Is this a Trails problem or a general JRPG problem? I still don't like it. I still really don't like it. But no, you know what? I'm actually going to counter that. I'm thinking about SMT series. Almost every single enemy attack is one you can actually use yourself and you'll understand the strength, and they have prefixes and ending parts to each spell name to give you an idea of their strength overall very easily. Like that, like you're usually able to tell how strong an enemy's magic attack will be in like SMT and Persona games. While in Trails, there's no consistency for naming necessarily, so it's useless. I keep fucking interrupting myself on disorders. Disorders are shit because there is no sign or any way to prepare for an enemy using a disorder. An enemy will, like, oh god, the fact that the enemies can just use disorders whenever they want to, and you have no way of knowing ahead of time, is so fucking bad. Because because they also get a turn when they use a disorder still. Like, if you have everyone up and you're like, okay, people's defense values are down, but that's fine. I have them getting a 70% damage reduction, and then suddenly the disorder goes, hey, no, actually, I'm gonna get rid of your 70% damage reduction, which was the key to your entire plan. It's like, what? How was I supposed to prepare for this? I don't fucking know. Like, I hated that. I hate that throughout the entire game. Even though I had ways of getting around disorders were just... If I got unlucky, they were fucked. They normally used on their first turn. That is the only time you can know when they're going to use it, but afterwards, fuck if you know. We already said this many streams ago, but enemy information is going to be more hidden daybreaks. Don't get why that made the stat inflection chance worse. The fact that for every boss fight stat, like, here's something I've said before. Every single one of the bosses should have been able to be inflicted by stat downs. Like, I'm sorry, at the very fucking least, the enemies should be able to be inflicted by stat downs, especially if you're going to goddamn give them one turn only for every stat down. Make it not fucking be a 1/4 chance, or 1/5 chance, you fuckers. That shit still pisses me off. Yeah. Like, this, again, this game really does feel like it exposes every problem I've ever had with this gameplay. I can make you, like, smaller. Before I forget, what do you think of watching all the trailers of me before playing Daybreak or seeing anything Code Steel at the moment make me lose my motivation? God. Like, what a fucking roller coaster. Again, I think this is Reverie is one of the better games in terms of the overarching story, even though it has, for the Code Steel series, a saga, even if it's got big flaws by itself. But gameplay-wise, did I like anything about... You know what? There is one thing I liked about these games, and that was that crafts in general were better. Like, I will say that for the Code Steel series, I was happy that the crafts were actually useful on more than one occasion, and magic wasn't 100% dominating like it used to be. I think that's like one thing I can say that I liked about the Code Steel saga doing with the gameplay. Oh, right. I need to get Ozzy. Like, it's a real big shame. I just find a lot of, like, I also want to say, like, a lot of these characters here just were not necessary. You have the actual characters from the Daydream said props to the characters from the Daydream said the actual character art. I think the Daydream art is safer overall. But what was I gonna say? Right. I don't know if Carrie's here right now, but I will keep up what I said before. It's hard to explain, but I'm like, the story really wants Ozzy to be a twist, like, decent fellow, or a tragic hero. You know, yeah, I'll say that. Ozzy's supposed to be a twist, tragic hero character, kind of Greek in nature, I'd say. At the end of the games, and like by the end of the Code Steel saga, and like he's just he's not. He really isn't. They don't do a good enough job at that to make him actually feel tragic. I think most people would be in agreement with you, minus like the subreddit. He's just an embodiment of a lot of the problems I'm not sure if I would say, oh shit, face is wrong. I'm not sure if I would say like, if I'd say it's just, like, actually him in... If it's Coach Steel or if it's trailers in general at this point, it's an issue where they do a lot of talking for a character rather than showing. Like, Ozzy was actually good showing of, like, before the Coach Steel series, Ozzy was a good showing of, like, how evil someone can be and how manipulative they can be without being direct, and the force of their presence alone. Like, he was actually quite good in that regard. And during, like, a lot of the other games where you felt just his imposing presence that he and the influence he had on every other character was really well felt. And, like, that was good. And then they just kind of tried at the last second to make him like, oh no, he's doing this for, like, a good reason and stuff, and, like, but he's gone so far. It's like, the motherfucker is evil. Like, it's a shame. Like, tries to be a tragic hero, but was just a douche on the screen. Like, the problem is, he does, like, can you guys list off things they can say that he's still evil? I mean, yeah, again, it's a case of, I understand what the writers want. They want a tragic hero, someone who has fallen from their pedestal, who lost their way, etc., etc. And it's just like, Ozzy ain't a fucking tragic hero. Like, that's the issue here. I'm trying to think right now. What did Ozzy, like, actually do that improved anyone's life? Like, did he do anything that improved anyone's life? You say that, and they've not actually shown anything good he's done, unless you count backdoor annexation of Uri and helping it prosper. That is, like, the only good thing I've ever heard from his results. Like, and it's again why I think it was the last stream or the stream before that, I said they really should have had us go to Uri instead, because seeing something that Ozzy did actually have a positive impact on people would have gone a long way to show that he isn't just a monster, you know? Ozzy made the trains run on time. God. Does give that feeling. Like, it's a very much a case where... Like, I'll put this here as well. Hard to be tragic when there's no signs. He tried to find another path. Like, there's no sign that Ozzy tried anything to, like... He like, the problem, too, is Ozzy was... I'm gonna put this again. Was... Like, Ozzy never seemed to actually... Like... If Ozzy's supposed to be someone who's having to do this for the greater good, you know, like, the issue is he just doesn't do that. Everything Ozzy ends up Ozzy never came across as a person who did what he had to do. He never acted like he was regretful for what he had to do, but did it anyway. He was always like fucking glad to do it almost. Does any of the Daydream or Track make any of the Ozzy scenes in Sky and Zero Azure bad because of the new context? Let me double check. Because my initial feeling is yes, but I can't actually give that as a certainty. Right, his efforts are nothing but a hindrance to bring about the Great Twilight, but cannot help but feel excited by his declaration. I can hope through her they have regained a small portion of what the Ebon Knight took away. Around that time, who would show up, been waiting for me, my dear friend. And though it pained her greatly to do so, she has demonstrated the result of standing against destiny. Right. You know what? I think the worst thing is... I think the worst thing that my will is still my own. That might be the worst thing that Daydream revealed. Because it meant that Ozzy really did just... do everything, it's the fact that seemingly... That was a reveal. Valimir told you that in Code Seal 4. I honestly, I'm trying to remember. Right, I think at the time, my opinion of that was, I'm not sure if Valimir means, like, he was always in 100% of the control or only partially. I'm reason thinking that Ozzy is trying to fool Ishmaelga with his villain act. But like, so this brings up the question of, did Ishmaelga have any ability to do anything on his own? To like his awake to Ozzy? Because I don't know. Like I feel like it's so unclear. Like Green would make you think, oh yeah, Ishmaelga could take control. But then you have to ask the question, why the fuck wouldn't Ishmaelga take control from the moment that, like, Ishmaelga had an obsession with fucking, oh my god, how am I forgetting his name? The real emperor, whoever Ozzy's the reincarnation of. Like, Ishmaelga had an obsession with that person, which is why he was so persistent on Ozzy. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, wouldn't Ishmaelga, in that case, like, not let... If Ishmaelga can control Ozzy, wouldn't he have just done that at the entire time, since that's, like, what he really, really wanted? The railway guns bit you wrote could just be politics, like the US had nukes pointed at the Soviet Union during the Cold War, but in this case to deter Calvard from invading. But wouldn't an invasion by Calvard be helpful? Or would... Oh, fuck, okay. This goes into... The entire problem with Ozzy also ties into the problems very deeply of the... oh my god, how am I forgetting what it's called? Of the curse. But the color of Silver Name saying no trace of him being nipped by Ishmaelga. I don't know, saying no trace to me says that Ozzy was 100% in control. Okay. He needed the nobles to develop mechs? Did he, though? Like, really? Did he? I'm not sure if there was any need for that. Everything we see about Irina is that she's incompetent as fuck and he could have just paid one of their divisions himself to make them. Like, part of the problem with Ozzy is, and I brought this up during, I think, Code Seal 4 or 3 when the curse was mentioned and how it spread. Like, There's no sign that Ozzy's ever tried to do anything differently. That's a major issue for Ozzy. You needed fool Irina? A fucking paper bag. You could fool Irina with a fucking, like, magic trick with for a child. Like, no. Pen behind the ear trick would work on Irina. But, the fact that the curse is like, oh, it recognizes international borders and spreads through conquests. It's like, what the fuck? Okay, did Ozzy ever think to suggest to fucking Eugent, like, hey, can we disband? I know this is a very big thing, but you are also aware about the curse and the entire, thanks to the Black Records, and are aware of how fucked the world could be, potentially. Would you like to work with me to disband the entirety of Erebonia, to destroy the curse by virtue of getting rid of the area that it politically recognizes as being Erebonia? Like, I'm sorry, but that's like, with all the knowledge we know about the curse, there's no way to say that wouldn't work. And like, he didn't try anything nothing's been tried to the contrary, so it really, it hurts the story overall because of stuff like that, and Ozzy's entire bit. I think I need a Calvard thing finally. Try explaining that to the public. We need to disband the country. I mean, yeah, it would be chaotic as fuck, and no doubt about it. But also try to explain to the public, yes, we require going to war and causing all of you to die for this. It's like, fuck. Like, like, I know there's no good solution, but one solution, if it works, guarantees a lot less death than the other. That's just how it is. Like, that's like, it's because because it is really just because of how they what the fuck is this color? It's not on here. Cool. I'll take that. It really is a matter that because of how the game's been written, it makes it, and the curse specifically been written, like this isn't a solution where I'm like, yeah, okay, if the curse only exists in Erebonia, what if you just like, could you rename Erebonia to Country of Highlands? If you gave it the entirety of Erebonia to Rebel, would that still trigger the curse if it was now entirely Rebel territory? Like there are, like, it's part of the main issue with the curse in general, and it respecting arbitrary, like, human borders, is that it opens up questions like that. If the curse was like something that, like, if you simplified the curse to be something that spread out from Erebonia through conflict, then it makes sense why you can't just do that. It's like, oh shit, any conflict whatsoever between these people, any conflict whatsoever spreads the curse. Shit, that makes it hard to, like, that makes it so hard to deal with, you know? But instead it's just, man, maybe they could have tried just, like, giving over control of the country to someone else. And even if the entirety of the citizenry, like, rebels and is like, fuck no, we don't want that. It's like, I've made it official. It's in the documents. Oh, wow, it's in the documents for like 5 minutes. Good, Erebonia is gone. If Erebonia was somehow conquered, it would probably still spread. Now, there's the problem there. Rush. Probably. The curse is so essential to the story that probably really opens up, like, it causes a massive cracks. Because it makes everyone else's actions more questionable. You can't have something like a peaceful solution be, like, I'm suggesting a peaceful solution because I'm thinking about the knowledge I have, which is what Ozzy would have too. And it's just like, why wouldn't Ozzy have tried this? There's no reason given that it wouldn't be worth trying, you know? And everything we know about what Ozzy's character is in retrospect makes it clear, like, he would want the result that would result in the fewest deaths. So, even stranger then. you can't. You need to very much. I know you need to very much have the curse be. You need to write the curse in a way where it isn't avoidable, where it is going to keep fucking things up, where you need to get it done now, where Ozzy only has this chance, so on and so forth. You can't really... You can't give him other avenues of possibility without making him look worse. It's a very big shame, I feel, for the entire thing. Like, I feel bad about it. I really it's painful to see where the it's painful to see what the writers want to do, and then just seeing them fumble the ball so fucking hard. Oh, the ninja guy with dual sabers. Yeah, I guess I need him still. Yeah. It's saddening to me in the end. Up if you want him. Thank you. Ah, shit. Hold on. Do you guys think that, like, I feel the Trails of Code Steel games, like the saga for Code Steel, is really, I think at least it's very easy to understand what the writers want. Like, they're not hiding their intentions or anything. It's very clear what the writers desire. It's just that they do it really poorly. Up to you if I want him. Yeah, I do want him. I do want the ninja guy. Oh, don't do that part. Do you guys, like, I guess at this point I should ask you guys this too, and I'll give my thoughts. What is your ranking of the Code Steel Saga games amongst themselves? Oh, right. Where's Reen? Right, there's Reen. There, it's uploaded. Thank you. Oh, yeah. I am of the opinion that I'm very tired of every arc needing to introduce even stronger people. I am... Oh, God, I'm so fucking tired of that. I know it's a... How would I say? I know it's an anime thing overall, but... Like, it's tiring. I just find that the entire trope incredibly tiring overall. Because it is just... Like, fuck's sake. I really... Like, Coffee is one of the strongest. This person is so strong. It's like... I don't care. I don't care. I don't. I really, really fucking don't. You've pulled this card too many times, game. The power scaling is nonsense. Like, I could have fucking... like, a 5-year-old could be the strongest character right now, for all I know. Like, it's like... Fuck, it's just so... It's an anime thing, so it will never go away. I know, but I don't like it. I think it makes the story harder to take seriously, and it makes any encounter with a character feel less... Any character's skill feels less earned by the way things go. No one feels like they've earned their display of power or their how people feel about them or anything of the sort. Like, you're really telling me Zin is one of the strongest Hi, Carrie. I'm complaining about power scaling again because I'm tired as shit of it. Like, you're really telling me Zin's still supposed to be one of the strongest people ever? When we've got, like... When you've introduced stuff like Aurelia? Like, really? I'm like, everything... You're power scaling. Why? Your personal ranking for the Code Seal Saga from Best to Worst Clan is 1 Reverie, 3, 2, 4, all of them below Sky and Crossbow. Way back when, in one of the first streams you ever saw, you got a bit of trouble, rightly so, for saying that you couldn't wait to see a voice of Austin Reverie, and he's not even in the bloody game. Oh yeah, he wasn't. And yet some of these people in this game don't need to be here. At all. Why the fuck is Kurt's father here? Jesus Christ, I just kind of realized. Kurt's father didn't do fucking anything, did he? Huh. He was just here, I guess. Ugh. You think some people were in the game so they could show up like Kurt's father? Yeah, but it's so pointless feeling and just makes the cast bloat in size for a character that doesn't really warrant existing in any amount of screen time. I'm just gonna copy and paste what I put here. Because they felt that for 4 games, talking about the Thunder God and Matthias Vander, they felt like they should probably show him. They low-key couldn't fit Kurt's father in Code 2, 3, and 4 and put him in Reverie. And in Reverie, he was there for the opening and being a annoying fight, and that was it. Is a class loading in size in any real way for most people who don't make conspiracy boards by the inclusion of Kurt's father? I mean, I'll put it like this: it's definitely cast bloat in size, in even outside playable characters, because it's an additional character that gets screen time that could be given to anyone else, or to be given to another character that's dedicated to someone who overall just doesn't matter. Like that's the issue, really. Like, to put it one way, is there any reason that it needed to be Kurt's father instead of Laura's father? Is there really any particular reason why one of or the other couldn't be there? Does Kurt even get anything more beyond that? No. So, like, it just makes it feel so pointless. Then Kurt's father had to show up after all the talk of him in Code Steel 3 and 4? Now, honestly, I preferred Kurt's father as just a figure in his life that he felt he had to live up to. I honestly just kind of personal preference there, definitely. But I just preferred that in general. I misspelled solely? God fucking damn it. Where did I do? Yeah, like, think of a long-running gacha game with too many characters. Some of them will just have little to no screen time to just show up in one chapter, and that's their purpose. Yeah, I generally don't like that kind of thing. Going around giving my next game notes for some characters. No, the devs will have you show a demonstration, so you have to bow them. Yes, of course. Classic tactics. The Novartis note might as well apply to all of Ouroboros at this point. I just want the Elise redemption arc. I actually do like her at this point. She didn't have much time, but she had just enough done with her that I actually kind of enjoy her character a lot more. The fact that it was really simply done by not making her like fucking obsessed with Rean and only him. By doing that, they actually made her into a character for this. Even if she doesn't much, she's better than she was in any of the other 4 games. Oh, right, any theories about the books you read? All of them that might get some relevance? I'm 190% sure Gambler Jack's right. I should put this here. Will the way Elise and Selene are showing Reverie help you stay your hand when I hate a character in the future? No. Because you have one, like, the thing you're not gonna lie, it was frustrating as hell to hear you going on about Elise when you know a better version of her was waiting Reverie. No, it really wouldn't change anything because it's a case of, like, how do I put this? Elise and Reverie is not Elise in any of the other 4 games. Those Elises are still shit. They're still poorly written and poorly done with one-note gimmicks, and it took them far too long to actually do anything with her. Like, if your character only gets good in, say, the sequel of a game, like, imagine for a second if Joshua was a annoying character in first chapter, and he was a piece of shit, and you had no reason to like him whatsoever, and you go to the second chapter and you learn, and he becomes a better character, but you're like, this doesn't reflect whatsoever on his previous characterization. Actually, this is completely separate from what he was like in first chapter. Like, it doesn't change Joshua being bad in first chapter. It just changes... It just means that they didn't end it on a shit note, essentially. Characters need to be written well from the start. They can't be written poorly from then. Yeah, do you think these are Far Cry from Agate to Elise? One I hated for not good reason, one you hate for good reason. The fact that they both get better later has no bearing on their current character. Absolutely. I hated Agate solely because I was jealous of him being stronger than me. Like, that was the entire reason I didn't like Agate, was fucker was stronger than me, goddamn. Well, I hated Elise from the beginning because she was a one-note character that just didn't do anything. So the thing is, I'll keep this up. Alphen is a good character, was a good character in the 4 games when she was not with Elise, which was, I think that was just actually Code Steel 3 and Code Steel 2, if I'm not mistaken, were primarily where I grew to like her. Like, the thing is, what really drew me to Alphen was that she had some of the politicking. Yeah, no, I didn't like Alphen in Code Steel 1, and then remember that in Code Steel 1, she was always with fucking Elise. Is Aurelia in Code Steel 2 poorly written or just unfortunate? What do you mean by unfortunate, Flan? Because, I mean, the problem with Aurelia in Code Steel 2 is that they literally just say she's amazing and have nothing to back that up. And that really hurts her characterization. The thing is, okay, so, Carrie, when Alphen and Elise were together in Code Steel 1, the only thing they fucking talked about was Rean. And that was horrible. If that was what they were like for, both of them were like for the entire series, I would have hated them both. Alphen's benefit in Code Steel 2 was that we saw her actually having, like, like her issues with her family, her fears and stuff, like it worked a lot better than anything else. She wasn't the focus in Code Steel 2, then they shouldn't have fucking had her. Let me be frank here. If you can't write a character worth a damn in their first appearance, and you're setting them up solely for their second appearance, don't fucking write them at all. The fact Aurelia's first appearance was everyone going, God damn, she's strong, after she looked at them from an open doorway. Alphen broke the mode in 2 games. It took at least 5. That too. Yeah. Like, it really is an issue of of telling and not showing anything. You see her in her mech, I think, maybe once at the end of the game, and you don't even really get to see her do anything that impressive because, like, the entirety, like, the biggest problem with fucking Code Steel 2 is you never fucking see in Code Steel 2 any of the Soldats that the Royals are using fucking ever win a fight. Like, they never win a single on-screen fight. So, like, once you see her, like, oh, she destroyed 3 Soldats or something, like, yeah? So? Everyone can do that. Like, it's supposed to be impressive, but it just isn't because of the gameplay and the story, both showing that the Soldats never fucking win anything. Like, that's part of the issue there. They never won a fight. No, they didn't. It's not just that. Let me remind you. Because it's very easy to forget this. In Nord, yeah, but yeah, exactly. In Nord, they lost to tanks, and and every appearance they had, they lost against everything. Not just Valimar, but they just never won against anything. And it made them not intimidating in the slightest. Which was really disappointing after the ending of Code Steel 1, where it showed them to be super effective, and then it turned out, no, that was only because they fucking, like, got the jump on everyone. Otherwise, they were useless. Like, that's the impression it gave, because, like, everything else was fine. Like, tanks could easily destroy them and stuff. It really harmed the ability for the Soldats and the Noble Alliance in general to feel like a threat in that game. Tanked. You thought the fact that they had weakness in certain combat situations like be the super mech cliche? The problem is they forgot to include any situations where they were good. And yeah, that's what I feel too there, Darkbit. You guess if the tanks couldn't fight back against Soldat, the Noble Alliance would have already run. But really, it is again the issue that they never, apart from the month where the Noble Alliance was winning, which was entirely off screen again. Like, that's my main issue here, Carrie, is everything the Noble Alliance, anytime the Noble Alliance was doing anything decently, they just weren't. They actually like, it was never on screen, so it was kind of like, it was like getting told propaganda. Fuck, I think the only place we heard about them winning anything was in the propaganda pieces written by, like, the Times and shit, which really doesn't help the feeling that they actually haven't been doing fucking anything and have lost everything. And it makes the entire situation harder to believe. Falcon Martin attributed developers they have to choose where to send their budget in the games, and partly why so much that the characters are involved in are towed off screen. But, like, the thing is, all you have to really do is, here's the thing, all you have to do is when you have in Code Steel 2, like let's say the Nord Highland battles, which I remember very specifically in this case, in the North Highland battles, you show some of the tanks being destroyed, and that's it. You do the animation for the Sodat swinging, you show the animation for the tank being destroyed, and you're done. And there you go. Like, you do that for like for a few of the tanks or something, and good, you show that it's not a one-sided beatdown on the Sodats. But as is, it is a one-sided beatdown on the Sodats. Like, even with their limitations, like, are you really going to tell me that using the stock animations that they were already using would have been, like, hard? Didn't that happen at the end of Kotsu 2 when they evaded crossbow then? Sorry, clarify? Also, what are these people again? Right. I think this was Ren's classmate, if I remember correctly. No, that's the Divine Blade of Silver. Oh, is that one? Ah, okay. Because you were thinking that if Yusei did mention involvement in the Civil War, she could be another layer as to why the Noble faction keeps losing and retreating, or maybe that adds the negative that Yusei just tells, not shows again. I'd say it would add. Good point. I know Ring said he's not showing up, but I don't fucking believe him. Actually, let's change that. You like how everyone says that Yusei knew everything that was going to happen, despite her being wrong about literally everything in Code Steel 4? The problem is that the game doesn't treat her as being, like, dumb. She is. Yep, there goes my neck. Let's see. Right. But kind of like me and Elise, you'd like Chessmaster Yusei and despise Flirting Yusei. I think part of the problem with Flirting Yusei is it's not really deep, or it has no meaning to it. Neil? Oh, it was with an A? Okay. I thought it was with an E. Wait, no, wait, was it with an E or an A? How do you spell, did you spell his name? Oh, no, she's free to keep people from guessing who she is. Okay, the problem is, it really, like, she doesn't stop it with the people once they're in the know. Like, that's the issue. It's not like it's purely a front. It's something that's supposed to be, like, reflective of her actual personality, at least a little bit. I just, like, I don't, that doesn't feel... Where am I going here? Right, okay. You like to use like, oh no, I'm making a joke about it. I don't really care per se. I'm just, it's another thing where I'm just like, but why? It's a thing where I'm just very confused more so than anything else. I'm not upset about it. I'm just confused. It's like, why would you do this? It's very weird. Like, it's not a hard to translate thing, so why would you do that? That's just fucking odd. I'm not upset. It just makes me scratch my head going like, I don't get it. Because Sword Maiden doesn't have the impact it's supposed to in English. I can't actually ask why that is, I think. Because we literally hear, it's only mentioned once, so I don't know if there's supposed to be meaning to this or anything. Sword Maiden wouldn't sound lame. Is it supposed to, okay, you know what, let's actually end that, because I don't know if it's supposed to actually sound lame or if that's just a character's opinion, because in that case, a character's opinion really doesn't reflect on anything else. Like, I'm just cutting it off there because it's, again, we literally get one line about it, so I can't know if there's any good reason or not. It's just currently a very confusing one. Yeah, no, it's just another thing like Retributed Tower and Reverse Babel, where I'm just sitting here going, I don't understand why you've done this. This is a very odd decision you've made. You even notice no one brought it up? No, but that's because I'm not reading the original Japanese. Neither one of those would I really notice, but both of them, when it's brought to my attention, like the thing is, if, like, there is a bit of a relationship between there's a relationship between a translator and a player who plays that translation to trust the translator to translate accurately. If you don't, like, you need to have that. That's an innate, like, starting point where if you, like, if you're having to, like, trust them, like, yes, this translator is not making stuff up. You have to trust them on that, because it's entirely possible maybe they fucking are making shit up, and you wouldn't know until someone who understands the original language tells you, actually, that's not what's said here at all. No, I'm not going with literal translation accuracy. I'm just saying that's an innate part of trust there. Between a translator and the players, or readers in this case. I'm not hating on. I don't take it too deeply. It's just a note of how, in my eyes, that relationship works. No, I'm not talking about, like, valid translation. It's the fact, like, it's very clearly for her named Sword Maiden, and not Beautiful Blade or whatever. And it's like, yeah, I could never know that on my own because I don't understand Japanese. So do I have any reason innately to distrust the translator? Not particularly. So I just believe it, but only someone who's natively able to speak it or understands the language could tell me what it actually means, you know? Like, if you don't trust the translation, then you're not going to, you're probably not going to play whatever you're doing at all. Sarah is meant to be called Eclair instead of the Purple Lightning. Yeah, like something like that. You just have to trust the translators. And that does give translators a bit, like, the power in the relationship between a reader and not, because the reader has to trust the translator to translate accurately to the best of their ability. Because, like, if you ever want to look up something where, like, that's been abused, look up, what the fuck was it called? The Baki manga translation shit. There was a guy for that who was translating and literally making up everything. Like that, and some people just didn't realize that because, you know, why the fuck would you know if you don't speak the language? I keep saying translators and localizers. I guess maybe. I'm rambling a bit in this case. I'm not making a difference between the two because either way, the reader has to trust them to do it accurately or with good intentions. I think what A is saying there, Carrie, is that the people who do the translation changes. It's not the same people overall. Or consistently, I guess would be a better word there. Oh, right. Where's my Calvard symbol? Is that Calvard? That's Calvard. Thank you. Oh, no, you should get... No, you... Yeah, okay, you get Calvard. Ikaruga do have their own logo. Is it a spoiler to give that to me? I don't know if it is. If you can give me an Ikaruga logo without spoiler, without being a spoiler, then you can go ahead and do that. Bracer Guild, Bracer Guild, Bracer Guild. There we go. Modern slang is, I think, the big, like... Jesus Christ. Can you imagine anyone in Moria saying Haktui? Or something like that? Like, that would fucking take me out so goddamn hard. Like, that would be a whiplash to the extreme. You out seeing Nadia say things like Hundo P? I don't remember that. E, why do you board work so ungodly early? Because I have work at, like, I gotta leave at 11 for work. I mean, Nadia's It's Time for My Teddy Talk took me out already. Like, that was, like, really? That's fucking weird. That doesn't make sense. Like, that already took me out when she said that the first time quite a bit. Hondo P 100%. I did not remember that. I also probably didn't notice because I don't know fucking modern slang for the most part. But yeah, that's weird too. If you know what it is, like, most of the time these things just date stuff, and if you don't know what they mean, it just confuses. Like, again, if Haktue showed up, it'd be so fucking weird and it would make you just question, what the hell did they just say? skiddly toilet and do Fortnite dances. Yeah, it's stuff like that. You have to make sure that... I won't necessarily that you have to make sure that games are timeless when it comes to their dialogue. You just have to make sure that they aren't nonsensical. Like, let's say you wrote like a story taking place in a modern world, but it's like urban fantasy stuff. Like, then you can add that dialogue and it can be like, okay, yes, this makes sense for the world you've written. But the further you go away from the real world, the more that stuff like that gets confusing. It's that 0 to 60 slip up on Noah's. I'll scratch 60 what? South per hour is slow. Yeah. It's something like that where it scratches the head like, hold on, you can't be referring to Souch. That doesn't make sense. Like, it's not necessarily a major thing in a case like that, but you will notice it because, well, it's out of place. Oh. No, Becky needs to work on something. Yeah, my opinions on the localization team must have completely forgotten they were doing a fantasy setting. Yeah, it's important. It's important to just make sure the stuff makes sense within context. That's really it. Especially when they're doing the S-crafts, yeah. Because like 0 to 60 sounds cool and like, oh yeah, I know what that means. But then you think about it, but you think about it in story for a second, you're like, wait, that makes no fucking sense. It's a thing I would say that generally you have, when you're writing a story, you really need to be on your toes for to make sure it makes sense. The Garuga logo is posted. Thank you. Wow, I can't see that fucking at all because of the Discord background. I can't see that shit at all when I download it. Okay. Let's go. XE was a lot better at consistency than Nisa. I do remember not having any moments during the a lot of those the trails first, second, and third, making me question anything. Okay, there we go. That might have been oversight. That might have been something else. Either way, maybe it's just the person started getting careless. Who knows? But it really is like just it's a small thing, but I feel like sometimes small things like that are very important to making a world feel more believable. You wouldn't call Code Seal it's what's the term? High fantasy, steampunkish, technocraft, something like that. Ah, fuck. You know, I will say that a bit of a problem I actually think about with the Code Seal games, starting from Code Seal, A little bit in Azure too, but a bit of a problem that I find with Code Steel is, like, some of the stuff can make sense with, like, magic and things, but I feel like they don't utilize the fact that the advancements that they're able to make usually come about in a way unique to their magic system very well. It feels more like they're just kind of progressing in the same fashion as, like, I guess the thing is, like, airships with their technology still make sense. Like, why they make airships before they make, like, fighter jets or stuff. Because it works with their existing things. But other parts, like, say, the computers in Trails, like, doesn't feel quite right because it's developing in the same fashion as our own for the most part. Like, it just that it feels, the technological development of Trails doesn't always feel like it's really capitalizing on the setting, if that makes sense. What I think this is actually a downside to me, Carrie, is it feels like it takes place just in our world. Like, and that, instead of being a world that's developed on its own. Sci fantasy is a thing. It's got its own development. The Mark technology is one of the themes of the series. I mean, yeah, like it's just like it doesn't quite. Not everything about how the settings technology progresses feels like it's actually it's reflective of the world. Computers is like the big thing for me, but also stuff like movie theaters, stuff like cars. There's even the phones especially feel weird in that regard because they don't, like, I'm not sure what the limit on cell phone range is. Apparently the Sonorius shell was very important for a lot of the long range talking, but then you could have at the end of this game in, presumably Rebel, you can have in Tita in Rebel and Ren and Calvard talking with each other through somehow. Like, the Sonorius shell's benefits get weird. To give it a comparison, to give it the reason why it's strange, the Orbital Network. So what makes this, so that, I guess is part of my confusion here. What makes the Sonorius shell special? Like, I know it's an artifact, but, like, does it really achieve anything at the moment that's different than being able to talk to people across the Orbital Network? Like, I'm just not sure. It kind of seemed weird to me that people were having trouble communicating without it, and, like, what makes the Round of 7 special? I don't fucking know. The Orbital Network is so amazing, I don't get what makes the Round of 7 so special. But what I was going to say is, modern slang is unique to our world, essentially. It's one thing to say, it'd be like, let's say, you guys know the Bloods meme where, like, you replace a letter in a word with B? Because that was, like, a fucking thing for a while. Like, that showing up in Trails would be weird because the entire reason that exists in our culture just wouldn't naturally exist in theirs. It'd be a question of, like, wait, why is this here? That doesn't make sense. Like, it's the specifics about how our world works. It's kind of like, it's also like mentioning the Black Plague, where it's like, sure, that happened in our world, but did that also happen in their world? And nothing implies that it did, so it'd be weird to see that. Like, it's not even just modern slang, it's references that only make sense to our world. Like, that's the thing. You're of the opinion that cares in universe is being a language other than English? Now, I like, the problem with that view I find, Carrie, is that this isn't, there's no sign of that. like, if there's no sign that we're hearing a second language or anything. There's no behind the veil stuff. It's just how it, like, this is a series written in Japanese, and it doesn't exist in reality. Like, there is no language of Zemuria. No one's done that. There's nothing of that sort. It's just Japanese, and then it's just English. There's no unique Zemurian language. We're hearing it's English because, sure, it's one of those things where it's the... I'm not even sure if I call it suspension of disbelief. It's the core to the story. It's reading a book and understanding that to read a book, you must understand the words in the book. So the author must write it in a way that can be understood. Like, that's just how it is. It's a baseline for any storytelling that you don't necessarily question the way people are talking most of the time, because why would you? You need to understand the story. It's just something out of universe that needs to be accepted. Where the fuck am I gonna fit these things? Oh god, where am I gonna put this shit? I probably should put your waifu somewhere around here. Oh Jesus. Oh, so. They aren't speaking English, but they're not. I mean, that. Will I watch the Daybreak one trailer on stream, or will I go in blind? Probably blind. Northumbria is a region in England. Why the fuck you know that, Jazzy? Also, hi, Jazzy. Stories just don't usually think about other languages. The only times I usually see that is it's like a plot point, because even if everyone in, like, let's say for a second that everyone in Zemuria is just saying ooh over and over again. That's the entirety of their language. Does that matter at all? Does that affect anything? Does it do anything to the story? Does it cause any communication barriers? Does it, like, it just doesn't exist. If everyone was saying ooh, or everyone was speaking a perfectly made up language, there's no difference. Translation? No, I need, you. There we go. Also, my fucking throat. Jesus Christ. Please say ooh. Okay, I'll be honest, I didn't think about that. Sorry, Carrie. Did not think about that. Just chose at random. I'm being honest. Sorry. Get this where the fuck there to over here, then make this thicker. Give it the color of red. That is not the red I need. Fuck you. What red color is this? Apparently it's this red. What the oh. Oh, god damn it. How do I think Reen is going to show up? I don't believe it'll make perfect sense. I think it'll be a bit nonsensical. I think it'll be like, really, Reen, you're here? I don't feel like this warrants you coming here, blah, blah, blah. Maybe he's looking for his master. I don't know. Either way, I expect Reen to show up because I feel like the game can't resist having Reen show up. Not mentioning the Black Plague, they mentioned something else that was like it present and just present to us as Black Plague. But why? If there is the Plague of Erebos, why not just say the Plague of Erebos instead of saying the Black Plague? Because they didn't say the Plague of Erebos, they said the Black Plague. Like, it just... Would I know what the occur of Erebonia to make something up was if it wasn't called the Black Death? No, but that helps the story. It establishes a history of its own, and that this is just as bad. Like, if they said, my god, this is just as as many people might die as the Ocar of Erebonia, and then someone would obviously be like, you mean that? Like, it adds to a world to be unique. Like, it adds to it. It makes it... It's why fantasy worlds kind of need to have their own backstory and stuff and own terms. Not knowing something is helping with you. I can pick up context clues. You don't have to just say the Black Plague. You can say the Ocar of Erebonia. You don't have to do... it makes me question things more when you say the Black Plague, because that's an incredibly specific term to our world. It's not going to be the same. It wouldn't make sense for it to be the same. Where's Crow? Where the fuck is Crow? Oh, where is Crow? Ah, there he is. Oh, shit. No, oh, fuck. No, let me just... There we go. Oh, no. It's green, you don't want to keep going round again, so you drop it. Okay. And then... Wait, where's the 2-bit weapon user? Oh, fuck. Did I drag them off somewhere? There we go. What was negative is that one. Okay. Like, storytelling is a passion for me. I really look for certain kinds of stories, and when... Like, sometimes stories just disappoint, and I feel like I need to say what is disappointing for me. Did I write my next game predictions? I'm currently going to be doing that, too. In the end, Georg might have... I have no concern for Georg. I do not want to include him. French Ninja? Calvert's France, so French Ninja. Yep. Where to put you? Oh, right. You had a relationship with actually, I think... Yeah, Aya. Okay, hold on a second. Can't wait for some characters to show up and BB has to try voicing them like them. Oh, they'll kill me. Positive? Complicated, probably. No, positive, I guess. We'll make it a normal line. And bent, please. Yep. You think I'll overall enjoy Daybreak more than Code Steel? We'll see. If I do, good. If I don't, shame. Oh la la la, it is Le Blade du Silver. I'll fucking die. I'll have good reason to hate the French after that. Who were you? Right, Purple Lightning is closest relationship. Oh, closest my ass. Okay, move this as well. Oh, please. Josette showed up with a normal voice and BB kept his Irish accent for her. The Place de la Victoria. Ah, names coming. Ass names. Yeah, that'll be fun for me. Totally not so crushing. And we'll probably have some Chinese names too, because fuck me, I guess. Oh no, come on, no, give me that. Yep, there we go. Oh, right. Yeah, there. Okay, that's the new characters added, and oh wait, right, I have to fucking add... Oh, Jesus Christ, okay. There's a space... Velbing... So aside from the one shown in the Daydream, which characters are you expecting in the next game? Not sure. God, this stream is going on fucking forever. Yeah, you can just go there. Okay, so now time for my actual predictions times. Cool. That's actually incorrect. I need to fucking cross that out. My god, they really did lower the save counter. Fuck. You should open up your meme board you made with some of the characters to show everyone. Oh, right, I made one of those. Hold on a second. Where is that? First board? Sun meme. There we go. Oh, right. God, how much of this do you think is going to be fucking accurate, guys? How much of this is going to be accurate, I wonder? Fuck, I hope none of this is. Oh, fuck, that's totally her. That's totally her, the fucking... Oh my god, that's probably right. That's hilarious. Wait, zoom in so there's more readable. Okay, hold on a second. Let me just... I said, needs to... Fight, lives to fight, dies if not fighting, says no to sex or yes to fight. While you're dating, she was away. Why the fuck is this so bad? Holy shit. When do you want me to upload... When you want to upload Daybreak? What do you mean? Girls, boys, all second to fight. Fights with every day, good version. If that is the silver hair girl who's a bracer doesn't want to be, and that's her fucking person, that's hilarious. Was inspired by Comrade Soa to start the Calvardian Revolution. Kenosis strikes again. Not intended whatsoever. I literally knew nothing about any of these fucks. Oh, you mean the backing of the board. I thought I was confused. Okay. Has Hearts of Goat and Methods of Ozzy. If he actually works for a PMC, that might not be wrong too, which is fucking painful. Hates for dragging him into Revolution. Isekai Protag got hit by Truck-kun to fix the desert. Refused to call and just went back to being Sauron. Truck-kun hates him and is making him live with the communists. As an apostle. I'm never beating the allegations. It was fucking nothing! Absolutely nothing! Is an entire church turned to push and use the Bible for shower everything? No one gets it. He's saying around, make sure things go according to the Bible. You're an apostle, as an apostle of the almighty Truck-kun is trying to make him be the hero. Desert Gal. Lived in the desert and is actually Sangum. Doesn't get this closing. It's too goddamn hot. Doesn't answer a question. Beat him up. Thinks Truck-kun guy is cool because he once said he fought trucks. Doesn't know he lost. Robo Dandy, Cyborg Man from Lost Tita Timeline. We sent back future, correct the future, and bring back Warlord Tita. Got bonked to the head, so forgot all of that. Thinks of as a son, but very concerned about his like of terrorism. It'd be fun to look at this again after I finish Daybreak. Fuck, this was something. Dislikes each other's and sand machines don't go well together. BB, keep this, it's code. God, looking back on this is gonna be so weird. Biggest bros in the world. Randy's lost cousin. Is math man's kid but was kicked out when he couldn't count the math problems. Is the absolute worthless numbers and woman. Bro code above all else. Really likes her but knows his fashion is shit so doesn't even try. So Protag's fashion was so offended she decided to join up until he started rocking some good drip. Doesn't understand that most people don't have infinite money. Has to constantly remind him that a single streak of blue looks like garbage. Having learned from previous love interest, she decided to go full lander as the only way to get the Protag's attention. Will be remembered for more than her love. Is seeking help from Joshua's spurned woman's group. It loves way too much. The flawed goddess. Someone tried to recreate Adios, but ended with a pure coolness instead. Nice person, entirety of Zemuria. Doesn't support the Sumerian tradition. I misspelled previous. You're a bit fucking late here. Is helping her get the man of her dreams. Hates for taking away from her man. God, I have no idea if this is what is accurate here or what isn't. It's just fucking... The fact that at least two things here I know are correct is fucking terrifying. Yes, has Heart of Goat and Methods of Ozzy, possibly part of a PMC. Of course! Fight! Needs to fight. Good boy, girl, all second to fight. Fights it with every day. Good version. Fucking dies of not fighting. Says no to sex. Literally said she's closed off the path for herself. I fucking hate life. It's supposed to be a meme. It was a joke for the release of Daybreak 2. The fact that anything is even remotely correct is wrong. Okay. Time to give our guesses for what's going to happen in the future now. IRC, this was for Daybreak. Oh, was this for the release of Daybreak 1? Shit, I don't even remember that. Wow. I made this for the release of Daybreak 1. Wow. Does that make it more or less crazy? Does that make it crazier? I don't know. I can't know for a while. More crazy? Oh, great. Shame I can't make a Horizon one. We probably don't have enough characters right now for me to even, like, make a meme one. No, yeah, I usually take a week off. Next week, oh guys, I think you can thank, you can really thank, you can thank, fucking Kyle, because next week we're gonna do a watch along for the Trails of whatever game, you know, the Trails anime, guys. We're gonna do a watch along for that. You can really thank Kyle for that. We can all thank him very much for that happening. That'd be great. You have to remind yourself after Daybreak because you have almost given complete aneurysm that Daybreak board. You got the Code Steel anime? Yeah, we're gonna watch it for next week. No Northern War. Yes, Northern War. We're gonna have a good time there. I say, knowing it's probably gonna be terrible. It can't be worse than the OVA. I need to see if I can wrangle Clips to watch it with me. Can we watch the openings instead? If I feel like it. Also, my... I broke for a second. Where else do I think might happen? It's not my fault. It's not his fault. I kept procrastinating. Yes, but you did remind me, so thank you very much for that. According to Mao, yes, it's worse than the OVA. Oh, that should be fun then. I mean, all I know about it is that the general opinion is bad. And I'll be frank, people's opinions of things, when it comes to just general, if you tell me like English, yeah, English, because, yeah. Like, if you tell me something's gonna be bad, it doesn't mean like, even if everyone told me that the Code Seal series was gonna be, like, bad or something, or really good, it really wouldn't change my view, because I don't have the details, so I'm just like, oh, I wonder why that's people thinks. I'll keep playing anyway. I don't get affected by general-ish opinions like that. What else am I thinking about? Oh, right. Okay. God, these boards have grown fucking massive, huh? Also, the stream has gone on for almost 2 hours, which I was not expecting. Oh, right, You Discorded me? Okay. Oh, shit. No, no, back. Oh, right, let me just add that note here. Only those controversial Satan. Yes, only controversy is allowed here. Racism bad. Let's see. Do you have anything else to say, really? Azoth? Oh, right. Oh, right, Do, 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 do. Okay, I think that's about all I've got. Yeah, some of the cryptids are pretty Lovecraftian, though, without any of the BS abilities. And we'll see what happens with them. Oh, I'll probably post this tomorrow morning. I'll post it in the Discord, but god damn. And he thought he was gonna get almost caught up by now, but Nice is working overtime to keep ahead of him. I mean, considering there's only, what, two games out that I need to catch up to, I might catch up by the third game that comes out on the horizon. Onwards to North Amber, you guess. Maybe. Honestly, at the end of everything for the Code Steel saga, I have to play Nayuta? No. I think it has some of the most interesting ideas we've gotten so far, with overall the poorest execution of those ideas. Horizon will be out by the time I get to it. Yeah, so as I said, I'll probably catch up in 3 games time. By the time the third game I'm waiting for comes out, I mean. But yeah, my overall opinion of these games has just gone... again, it has a lot of ideas that I really love. And it's like the series where, if you ask me, why do people write fanfiction about more the Sky Trilogy, the Crossbow Duology, or the Code Steel Saga? I'd say probably more about the Code Steel Saga, because it's the one that has the most ideas in it, the most things to expand upon, the most things to talk about. Like, in the end, I definitely will say I didn't like it, but I feel sad about that fact. I feel sad that I can recognize what could have been and isn't. That's how I feel about this in the end. I recognize the games that Code Steel could be, but it just didn't end up being. And I hope Daybreak is better. I hope the gameplay improves greatly at the very least, and is like, after God, how many fucking games? After all the games I've played, I'm really sick and tired of the Trails combat system. I find it quite unenjoyable at this point. The best iteration I found was like maybe early game Azure. Not late game Azure, but early game Azure was like probably the best that the game had for gameplay wise. Yeah. Because it really, like, I'll go into detail in the post tomorrow I'll put up for this, but I do just find that overall the gameplay for this series has really just been a reason not to play the games more than anything else. Early Azure had that Aioleo fight. Yeah, that was hell, and that should tell you that, like, even with what I consider perhaps the best that the gameplay has gotten, it still has problems. I really feel like the gameplay has become an active detriment to the series for the Code Steel games. Like, it made things worse, I feel, than adding anything to it that made it good. So, like, like by the time we got to the Reverie Corridor post game, honestly, it just made me go, I don't like the gameplay. The gameplay stops me from getting to the story where I'm at least a little bit interested most of the time. You have someone to get you a save file for day 1 because it's possible to get all achievements on the first run? No, I don't. If someone could donate, I guess, if you want to. Well, I guess only donate if 1, there's bonding events and I need to see them all, or 2, if there's like quests and like story stuff locked behind it, like they sometimes did. I don't need a save file? Okay. But yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, this is... I don't get New Game Plus, more binding events in New Game Plus, so no save file for you. Okay. I feel like in the end, it's just a... I don't like the gameplay, and I feel like it held the game back, unironically. Made everything worse. There's a file that I can put in the game to give me max bonding event points. If I have to modify the game to do that, Zach, I don't want to. Anyway. Anyway. Thank you for coming to the final board of the Code Seal saga. Hope you all had a good time here. Hope you guys enjoyed our discussion. I'll be posting the board to the subreddit tomorrow morning. So I'll link it in the Discord, and I hope you can enjoy that. But, until next time. If this is your first time coming, may I suggest you subscribe, notification bell, so wherever I'm streaming. If you like anything about the stream, leave a like, leave a comment down below, and share the stream around with you, everything might be interested. But until next time, I'm gonna get up close. I'm gonna get quiet. And I'll see you next week for the war.